Good morning. Good morning. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to do more than one thing at a time, and that's not always a good thing, right? Excuse me. Well, I hope you are having a beautiful morning wherever you are, whatever's going on. And I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And make sure when you're here live that you say hello and you tell me who you are, because yesterday I had someone who was on the live and I didn't even realize it, because the when somebody pops up, it if they say anything, good morning, Donna. If they say something and they haven't given StreamYard permission, good morning, Terry, to see who they are, then I don't know. And so when I was reaching out to some people yesterday that I thought had not been here, and I found out that some were, and it just didn't show who they were. And so I apologize if that's ever been you. So whoever the good morning friends is, tell me who you are, because it doesn't say have your picture or say your name. And it's it just feels so good when I can say who you are and talk to you. And so there's times that I don't even realize that somebody new has popped in. I think it's somebody that had introduced themselves. And so I'm going to, Joyce, I'm so glad you're here. And so I'm just wanting to make sure that I acknowledge each and every one of you that gets on here live, because that's important to be acknowledged. And so help me out by letting me know that you're here. Good morning, Kimmy. And I love that you are popping in here this morning and supporting me and supporting yourself. So I'm really excited. And actually, today's affirmation and journal prompt, I don't look and see what they are until right when I get on here. Sometimes I grab it after I've got on, but I grabbed it right before. And so I was copying and pasting in there. And it's like, we've talked about it before, how amazing God is, the universe, because the affirmation and journal prompt go right along with what our focus for the group is. So I'm super excited. But before we get into that, I want to share, and I'm not going to say who this person is because I don't have permission to do that. But I would like to say, and somebody else new just popped in and said, good morning. So who are you? And that way I can make sure I know who is here. But I sent messages to a lot of people yesterday, the ones that were here live and the ones that weren't able to show up and everything. And so one of the people reached out to me and said that they were involved in an accident, and I don't believe they were hurt, but their cars hurt. And they're not in a really good place. And let's face it, if they had the accident yesterday or the day before, no matter whether you were actually hurt bad or not, I've been in enough to know that it hurts you emotionally, it hurts you financially, and that sometimes in a couple of days, suddenly bruises start showing up and aches and pains that you didn't know were there. And so I would like, if you are all willing, for us to collectively send positive love and energy and light and God's blessings to this person. And like I said, I don't want to say who they are because I didn't ask permission, and I didn't even tell them that I would be doing this. But I did send them love and light when we were messaging back and forth. And so type in the comments if yes, the thumbs up or something to let me know that you're okay with us doing that together right now to help. And I know there are a lot of people in this group that may be hurting in one way or another. And so anytime that you guys feel like you need a little bit more collective oomph to help you and support you and vibrationally affect you, like I talked yesterday, the Tibetan monks were able to create so much And so we collectively can create for one another. So anytime that you want us to collectively send you love and light and vibrations and just healing, whether that's healing of your mind, your body, your spirit, whatever, just reach out to me and you will be the focus of the morning's live. I promise. And like, I'm not telling who it is today. I don't ever have to tell. And this person will collect everything that we need. So just know that it is definitely someone that's in the group. And I will reach out to them and let them know that we've done this, and they might want to come and watch the replay if they're not here already. All right. So what I want to do is, so you've all said that you're willing to do this, and so I appreciate it so much because we all need this. And like I said before, what we're doing is a boomerang. So everything that we intentionally send out to this wonderful person in need, it comes back to each one of us in some way, shape, or form. And that's not why we do it, but it's actually a benefit of what we're doing. So what I want to do is I'm going to set a timer, and I want to just take 1 minute and, hey Siri, set a timer for 1 minute. All right. So let's vibrate for this person. So take this 1 minute to send them all the love and the light and inspiration that they need. Maybe they have questions. Maybe they need a little bit of guidance of what to do next. And let's help them find it. All right. Thank you all for participating in that. And like I shared the other day, she doesn't know we're doing this. And maybe in this moment that we were doing that, she could feel a little lightness, a little lift in her, even though she didn't know where it came from. So thank you all for helping me with that. That is too funny. That is so funny, Terry. I have to spell it, and then every now and then she knows how to spell. So it's like, oh, okay. All right. So today's affirmation, and like I said, it goes right along with what our focus is. So let me share it real quick. So today's affirmation is, I am worthy of self-care and self-love. And that's what this group is all about, is what is our self-care? And self-love is paramount to being able to be who you want to be. And I mean, I can't say enough about that, because if we're constantly condemning our vessel or our actions or who we've been in the past, if we're all the time doing that, we can't find self-love because we're in the middle of condemning. And you cannot find love in a condemning atmosphere. So that's why self-care becomes so beneficial, because if you can start into your self-care and create that self-love, the things that become available to you, I mean, it is amazing. So make sure you write this on your sticky notes, your index card, or like me with my mirror, with my my chalk marker, and I will be writing that after we get through with this, provided I have enough time before my first client. But if not, sometime today, I will be putting that on my mirror and sharing that. So please, please, please share your affirmation in the group and share something about, remember, our hashtag peachy vibes is sharing our self-care, right? So let me get to the journal prompt because it usually has a profound effect on the next thing to say, right? All right, so let me get to the journal prompt. Yes. List 5 self-care activities you enjoy. And yesterday, your task was to write out as many as you could think of things that were self-care, because self-care is so much more than what we normally think about. And so I would love to see your list if you didn't share it yesterday. And I know a few people went in and put videos, and I am so grateful for that. And I'm sure go back and look and see what they had to say. And if you don't want to do a live, that's okay. Just take a picture of your list and share it in the group. Because what I would really love to do is look at those lists, look at those descriptions of what self-care is for you, and let's find the most unique one, something that none of us would have ever thought of, and maybe celebrate that person for sharing something so unique. And so I'm going to have you have the task of going back and watching the videos, looking at what people have posted. And if nobody's posted something and you know them, reach out and say, hey, where's your list? I want to see if you're the one that wins. And I don't even know what you're going to get other than some amazing accolades, but we shall see. Because I would love to see something that never would have crossed my mind as self-care. Like I had shared that for me, one of my self-care things is doing my podcast. And from what Stacy said before, I told her that she never considered that doing the podcast was a form of self-care. So what is it that you see as self-care for you that maybe nobody else would have thought of? Oh, doesn't that feel delicious? All right. So I want you to not only do that, but commit to doing one of those things today and share in the group. Just take a quick photo of you doing it, or say, I did my self-care today. Just acknowledge that you've done that. Let's start this journey together with you taking advantage of everything that it has to offer. And like I shared yesterday, by sharing in the group, and like we just collectively sent energy to this person that is in need. By sharing in the group, you are also collectively sharing with one another the vibration of self-care, the vibration of excitement, of discovering new things about yourself and about others. And what if, like I said yesterday, what if this is the thing that takes you over the hill that you've been struggling on? Because sometimes the struggle bus is a long damn trip. I've been there, and I get in that every now and then now myself. And so let's say we're going to get off the struggle bus. We may have challenges in our lives that we are overcoming, that we are learning from. But let's take the struggle away, and maybe, just maybe, 6 months, a year from today, you will be sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, am I so glad that I was in that group and we started this process, because that was when everything started to change. And see, and that is possible. Everything can change just like that. All it takes is a change here to start that whole new trajectory. So let's stop the bus, the struggle bus, and just open the door and just imagine in your mind that you're on a bus, and we've all been on a bus of some kind. A school bus is usually what we can remember the most. And you know how that sound is when that door opens up and the little flag goes out? Just imagine we're all sitting on that struggle bus right now because we all have a struggle of one kind or another, right? And just imagine in your mind that that door has opened and that it only takes one person to stand up and say, I'm done with this. I don't want to be struggling anymore. Let's get off the bus. And just imagine that we all stand up and we begin to go off the bus. And just by stepping off the struggle bus, the possibilities that open. And like I've said before, it doesn't happen instantaneously. The release can happen, but the change is an incremental thing that happens over time. And everything that you do toward that goal of staying off the struggle bus starts here. And so all I'm asking you to do is begin today to become a person that no longer struggles. You may face challenges that teach you and help you to grow so that you can handle whatever it is that you really want in your life. Because everything that we're going through right now, and like I said, I'm going through things right now too, right along with you, but they all are there making us stronger, making us become who we need to be able to handle the things that we are wanting in our lives so that it's not a fleeting thing. It's like lasting change. And like I've said before, that if that's something that you struggle with and you want to get off that struggle bus, now is the moment to, in your imagination, get off that bus. Don't get back on, because you can decide that anytime you think of things that, and you have in your mind that it's a struggle, it's a problem or anything, that instant, stop yourself and say, how can I say this better? How can I say this in a way that it serves me and helps me to see how I can grow in this moment? Because there's a growth in everything that happens to us. And because in actuality, even though we may not see it in the moment, it happens for us, right? I'm glad you're saying good morning to one another. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And, I know I get on the thing about words a lot. And that's because words are powerful. And if you want to experiment it with that, have a conversation with someone that is all the time talking about what's wrong in their life, and just feel how it almost changes your posture. It makes you feel heavy. It makes you feel uncomfortable. And usually when you're having those discussions, you cannot, if you're in the midst of that, you cannot find a solution, because you cannot find a solution while you're immersed in the problem, right? You can only see the solution when you can get outside of the problem. And then have a conversation with someone that may have things that are going on in their life, yet they're focused on, how can I learn? How can I grow? And if there's not people in your life like that, there are in this group. And so reach out to someone in this group and say, hey, I need to have a conversation. Would you be willing to have a conversation with me? Because that's what we are here for. We are here to help and encourage each other. And if you want to collectively ask the group, post something in the group and say, hey, I've got this going on in my life. Help me to see my learning from it. Whatever it is that comes up for you, this is a safe place to do that, right? And like I said, anybody that wants to reach out to me in my DMs and have me to have a moment of silence for you and sending you love and light, definitely just do that. And we could make that a daily thing that one person or another um, um, is targeted is not the right word, but is the focus of our morning silence. And maybe if we don't have anyone that reaches out, maybe we could just start doing a moment of silence for the group. I don't know. It's just something that has just come up for me today. And I just feel like the more I can do to serve you and you serve each other, the better it will be, right? All right. So, does anybody have any questions or anything they want to ask this morning or to share? I would love to um, see what anybody has to say this morning. And I do appreciate all of you being open to having that moment of silence for that person that I didn't name. So I'm going to give you just a minute and let's just see. All right. So let me see. Let me see what comments are here now that I may not have seen. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. And I will be here. What is tomorrow? Wednesday. Tomorrow, Terry will be doing our morning inspiration, affirmation, journal prompt. And isn't that right? Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Yes. So, Terry, tomorrow it'll be all you. And I'm going to do my best. Oh, yay. Thank you, Kimmy. I so appreciate you. And let me, yeah, I love it. I love it. Thank you, Kimmy. And so tomorrow, like I said, Terry will be the one doing the morning affirmation journal prompt. Sometimes I think she's reading from a book, but she's going to be the one here, and then I'm going to do everything I can, Terry, to be there live as well, and and make my little thing in the comments. But once again, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and participating. It means so much. And I can't wait to get in the group and look to see who has the most delicious thing that maybe we haven't thought of as a self-care item. Woo, I can't wait. All right. So have an amazingly blessed day because you've blessed me. Well, that's not the only reason, but have a blessed day. All right. See you later. Bye.